it got bad quick, yo. I come to the joint, and they know this. When you come and you've been on the run, when you not got back on the floor, got back, had to rebound, and you feel like you on defense all the time, you come to the bench like this. So I was like, Jay, man, my bad, dog. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. He like, hey. It's cool, man. I told you, just shut your ass up, man. You're not fucking. So you got in between the.
Groovy tapping in, man. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, man, I got y'all for 50 minutes, man. We're gonna be reacting to Michael Jordan stories told by NBA players. We got trash talk stories, and we got some more extra stories for y'all, man. So before we get into it, I want y'all to go ahead and kick back, relax, grab your popcorn, grab you a snack, grab you a beer. You know what I'm saying? Sit back, relax, and just chill, man. We're gonna catch a vibe, and we're gonna hear some stories from the greatest basketball player of all time. You feel what I'm saying? Don't that sound like a vibe? If it do, like the video, comment down below any videos y'all want Young Groovy to check out next. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you new. Let's hop straight into it.
It's hard to beat solo mission with stats.
The takeoff spin on me so quick, man, I should be standing there, I'd be like, oh shit, where is he at? That must be boom, I'd be like, oh Lord.
Last 2 minutes of the game, a young kid named Michael Jordan took over.
Get and say, hey, this is how I got my name, Michael M.
You stepped on that court with MJ. Did he have a glow?
I swear to God, he had the orange joint. Hey, listen, I'm not even lying.
Orange glow?
So look,
you
ever look into the sun? I want to, don't do this, but look into the sun, and if you look into the sun and look back at something, you're gonna see like a green, right? Man, listen, and you know, if from North Carolina, to hear that,
Jordan, you gonna see an orange?
Lord, listen, I'm in Chicago.
Hey, KG, you fool.
The nigga walk out here, I swear to God, it seems like everything is stopped. This nigga's moving like in slow motion.
Aura like that?
Every motherfucker in here looking at him, and he know it.
Right.
Never seen a nigga on the stage like bro, you know.
Who was the biggest shit talker during your era?
Oh, no question, MJ. No question. No question, MJ. This goes back to the Space Jam runs. I never said anything to MJ. You know, he respected people that didn't back down.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there were days where it was a little thin in there in the runs at Space Jam. Guys were going back to their teams or whatever, and then us LA guys were still stuck there. And then all of a sudden the MJ's in, everybody just, all right, I got him. I'll guard him.
Damn, they was scared to guard MJ. MJ had grown men ducking smoke.
Cause what? You're just gonna get your ass kicked. That's all. You know, you're gonna learn something. Yeah. What they saying? Ass whoopings builds character, right? It builds character, and you learn.
It builds something.
You learn.
If you guard him, he cook you.
You learn.
You're gonna become a better defender.
From losing. You learn from getting your butt kicked. You don't learn from winning all the time.
Right.
So I learned a lot from MJ in those Space Jam runs. Just how hard he goes, his dedication to the game, what he's doing. Like, we was with him all summer. This dude work hard.
Yeah.
I see where Kobe get it from.
Yeah.
Kobe was picking his brains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's his little brother. He passed that down to him. Like, these dudes are great for a reason. They outwork you and they got talent.
There you go.
What was it like for you having to guard MJ? Like, what were you thinking about the night before? What was going through your head when you saw MJ coming up on the schedule?
Oh, goodness, man. You look at that shit, when they bring out the schedule, in the summertime, when they put them goddamn schedules out, you look and you put that damn mark on Chicago. And you just, the night before, just you ask me shit, man. That shit be rough. I mean, man, think about this shit, what you got to do tomorrow, and you don't want to get embarrassed, and you know this motherfucker don't know how to stop coming at you. He gonna just like you just keep coming and keep that damn foot on your throat, man, and he just keep coming, and man, you just have to do some shit that to him, try to do some shit to him that nobody else ever did to try to get him off his square. But shit, you know, you can't touch him, you can't do nothing to him, man. So, and man, I just tried to do a shit that nobody else would do to him. But Mike is Mike, man, the best player ever, man, I ever played. Cause I never thought I'd see nothing like that, man. I used to see the bottom of that motherfucking tennis shoes, man. When that motherfucker takeoff spin on me so quick, man, I should be standing there, I'd be like, oh shit, where is he at? That motherfucker be Boom, I was like, oh, Lord. I just try to run back my head there, because everybody like, oh, shit, and he come up behind you. You know, Michael, he's some funny style shit. He gonna run up behind you, hit you on your ass. Like, man, don't put your hands on me. You're on a different jersey, man. You don't talk. That's what he do to you, man. But Mike, man, is the best, man. I mean.
You remember Anthony Peeler?
Yes.
Okay, so
out of Missouri, right?
Out of Missouri.
Yeah.
So we got Chicago Bulls coming in town, and unfortunately, I got a sprained ankle, you know, and so.
Did you say fortunately?
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I enjoy guarding Mike because he was, you know, the one thing I did with Mike is I never got him pissed off. You know, he make a shot, you say, "Good shot, Mike." You don't talk trash to him so he can go off for 60. You know, you try to kill him with kindness. Yeah. You don't try to talk trash to him. So they're getting off the bus. We're done with shoot around and we're walking out. And MJ says, "B. Scott, what's going on?" I said, "What's up, MJ?" He said, "Man, I hear that you're not playing tonight." I said, "No, I sprained my ankle." He said, "Who's guarding me?" I said, "Anthony Peeler." He said, "Oh, 50. So I come to the arena. And I said, "Anthony, let me just give you some advice on playing MJ." I said, "First of all, don't be all physical like you always trying to be and rough with the guys because he gonna take that shit personal." I said, "Give him space, make him shoot jump shots all night, and challenge it." I said, "And if they go in, you know, that's the bottom line. But if you get up on him, now he getting to the bucket, he getting to the free throw line." I said, "He already said he getting 50. Yeah, I got him, B." I said, "Oh, okay." So every time MJ scored, he looked over at the bench at me because I was just sitting there like this. Right, he had 54. Damn. And missed the wide open dunk. You know, had a breakaway dunk. Bam, in the back.
That was the one that went all the way back to half court. Yeah, I remember that game.
And he did it like what nothing. Looked at me every time I said, "Nasty." The dude was a man playing against boys, damn near. I mean, he was one of those guys. You know, I didn't fear anybody, but when I played against him, I said, I ain't pissing him off.
Nah, facts.
You know what I mean, Jay?
Kobe.
Yeah, that's the only guy I would look at and say, I ain't gonna piss him off. He hit a shot, be good shot. Good shot, MJ.
Nah, for real.
I said, I ain't pissing him off because I've seen him go for 40, 50 like it ain't nothing because the guys, you know, being aggressive or trying to be overly physical with him. I said, I ain't pissing him off. Everybody else, I don't give a shit. But him, Black Jesus, I ain't messing with him like that.
So how was it guarding Michael Jordan? I said, well, the way I guarded Michael is I'm gonna play back. I'm gonna make him shoot jump shots. I said, but the other thing is, every time he hit a shot, I was like, man, good shot, MJ. That's a hell of a shot, dog. I'm right there. I said, if you kill him with kindness, I said, but if you talk shit,
oh yeah,
just one little word, you might have, man, that's all he need.
That's the end of your night.
That's it.
Damn.
So I would be like, hey, only guy ever that I guarded that I would be like, hey, MJ, that was a good shot, dog. You know? I complimented him the whole night every time he made him shot. Even when he missed it, I'd be like, oh, damn, dog, that was right there. You know, that was. I said, because the one thing I ain't gonna do is piss him off.
No.
I said, because he'll get 60.
Nah, facts, because he's looking for some spark, bro. So if you talk trash to him, bro, that's gonna amp him up, bro. That's just gonna add fuel to the fire. Why would you talk trash to Michael Jordan, to the greatest of all time? You feel me? Just like B. Scott, bro. I'm chilling. Like, I'm guarding him. I'm like you said, I'm giving him a compliment. Good shot. You know what I'm saying? Good move. Oh, tough finish. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking trash because there's some players like MJ that you just don't talk trash to because they really do it. He really do this basketball shit, bro. MJ is the GOAT.
Man, you got a really good haircut. They use a straight edge, or was that a clipper? You bring your guy with you?
I didn't piss him off.
And we're playing this exhibition game, and Michael's going through the motion. And Chuck Person, who's on my team, who's a trash talker as well, is like, can you believe Michael Jordan, the guy everyone's talking about, who's supposed to be able to walk on water, you're out here killing him, Reg. This is in the first half. He's like, you should be talking to him. He's like, you know, you're right, Michael, who do you think you are? The great Michael Jordan? That's right, there's a new kid on town, right? Kind of looks at me and starts shaking his head. So at half, I have 10, and he has 4 points, right? I'm doing all this talking. He's like, okay. Into the game in the second half, he ended up with 44.
Damn.
And I ended up with 12.
Boy, so Reggie only scored 2 points in the second half, and he dropped 40 in the second half? See, that's what happens when you talk to Michael Jordan.
So he outscored me 40-2.
That's what happened.
And as he's walking off, he's like, be sure and be careful. You never talk to Black Jesus like that.
Damn.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Black Jesus. I'm so sorry.
Did you ever do it again?
Never to Michael Jordan. Never to Michael.
Well, first of all, I wear the number because of Mike.
Ooh.
I think I fell in love with the game because of Mike, just seeing what he was able to accomplish. But I felt like Mike was so, when you're growing up and you're seeing Michael Jordan, it's almost like a god. So I didn't never believe I could be Mike. So I started to focus myself on other players and other people around my neighborhood.
Wait, is this the self-proclaimed GOAT saying that he will never be Mike? Oh my God, okay, LBJ. But this a video from way back in the day. See, now LeBron done got too cocky with these longevity stats, and he think in his eyes that he the greatest of all time, but that's not the case. But nowadays, LeBron just want to control the narrative and make everybody think that he's the greatest of all time, man. But look how he talking right here.
That you could get to a point where Mike was. So I think that helped shape my game. And I think the biggest thing for me sitting here today, after breaking the all-time scoring record in playoff history, is that I did it just being me. I did pretty much everything that MJ did when I was a kid. I shot fadeaways before I should have. I wore a leg sleeve on my leg and folded it down so you saw the red part.
For no reason.
I wore black and red shoes with white socks. I wore short shorts so you could see my undershorts underneath. I didn't go bald like Mike, but I'm getting there. But I'm getting there. But it'd be post-career though. That's the only thing I didn't do. But other than that, I did everything Mike did. I even wore a wristband on my forearm. So I didn't do the hoop ring either. That was Mike.
Come on, man.
But I did everything
man.
Mike did, man. I wanted to be Mike.
Brian Sandy, basically.
So for my name to come up in any discussion with Michael Jordan or Kareem or all these great guys that has paved the way for myself and Tristan and Kev and Schlish, it's just a wow factor. I don't really have nothing to say.
I'm gonna tell you how bad he is,
MJ to go,
how great he is. He still almost blocked it.
Right.
He still almost blocked it, and I got him good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man, I mean, in the aftermath of it, because I didn't know what I was. I knew before. I knew that I was telling all my friends and my family that if I ever got a chance, if he ever guarded me, that I was gonna try my move on the greatest player to ever play. So I knew I was gonna do it. When he got on me, that's why I backed up.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, here we go." I didn't get nervous, and I was, like you said, just young. You know what I mean, and just confident.
Tough move.
So my heart won't thumping or nothing like that. I won't. You know what I mean? I did it like I would do it any other time. I done caught millions of people with it. You know what I mean? And I got him, but I've gotten people way worse than him, but it's him.
It's him.
You know what I mean? So that's the big deal. It was I don't know, man. That night I was like, damn, but we had lost, so it was bittersweet.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to a Charlotte game when he was, doing his thing in Charlotte. And I went to a game, he took me up in the suite or whatever, and I remember just everybody, I had my homeboys with him, and I was just praising them. And my man pulled me aside, he was like, "Chuck, man, stop that shit, man." Like, man, you a superstar too, man. Don't do that. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, I just can't help it. I love this dude. I was like, you know what I mean? He was like, man, you don't love me because you wouldn't have crossed me up like that. You know what I'm saying?
What's it like playing against Michael Jordan?
It was cool.
It was. You're one of the few guys that can say that, by the way.
It was actually cool, man, because it gave us the opportunity to work harder because we knew these guys was coming, and once we start playing them and once we got in the playoff with these guys, but it's like it's hard to keep that guy under 30 points. It was hard, man. He was that good, man.
You guys had what they called the Jordan rules.
We came up with that saying with Jordan because this is what Chuck was saying. If Michael goes to the basket, put his ass on the ground. And I put his ass because you gotta hit him. You gotta hit him. I mean, every time he went to the basket, we hit him and stuff like that. So, and I say I got a lot of credit, man. I mean, like these players today, man, they don't really respect how tough it was to play in that era. You know how tough it is when you have to go to the basket, get your teeth knocked out, go to the basket, get your head knocked off, go to the basket and be on the ground and stuff like that, and all of a sudden nobody wants to pick you up.
In today's game, man, can we please go back to physical, tough basketball, bro? That's what I want to see, bro. I love this era right here, 90s basketball. I watched a few videos and saw how they played, and I enjoyed watching it and watching those teams compete.
I don't understand that stuff, how we played. And guess what, though? That's why I call Michael the greatest basketball player ever, because he got his ass handed to him a lot. I mean, because they
still dropping
30, man.
So Jordan was tough.
Jordan even said, he said, I had to get back in the weight room.
Yeah.
I had to go to the weight room because of Detroit.
I disagree. A dub? A dub. Beating Michael Jordan by a dub. I don't know, man. That man, like you're talking. You're talking about a guy who thrived. Like he was single-handedly beating the Dream Team opponents when he got mad. Man. You know, you heard the Dream Team story when they played against the college kids. And the college kids came in and they won the first one because they set Michael Jordan. And they said, we're sitting Michael Jordan on purpose, you know. And then when they put him in, they beat him by like 30, 40. Yeah. You know, he's the different breed. He's a different mindset.
Different mindset.
With those two teams, you got a defensive-minded team versus an offensively-minded team. Even though both teams can do the opposite, Golden State can play defense, but it's one of those things, who stops Michael? See, they have players that can contain you. They might not stop Steph. I mean, they might not stop Kevin Durant and Steph, but they have bodies that will give them a run for their money.
Well, I mean, they stopped LeBron.
Huh?
They stopped LeBron.
Who?
The Warriors.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's different.
Yeah.
It's just different type of...
MJ, LeBron. Two different breeds.
That's just a different type of motor.
So you're saying that Jordan's more clutch than LeBron?
Hell yeah.
He's more explosive off the 1-2 step.
Yeah.
So, you know, LeBron is like a train. Once he gets to moving, like when you see him jot, it's those, after he gets his first 2 steps, then it's like, whew, all right, freight train. You know, with Jordan, his first 2 steps were just cat-like. So when you have him in the half court and he decides to do this and go, it's too late. So I don't see you containing Michael, period.
In the last 2 minutes of the game, a young kid named Michael Jordan took over by himself. Freshman.
Last 2 minutes of the
young
game.
Kid named Michael Jordan. I said, I was like, who is this kid right here, man?
Kid?
And so I knew this. He was going to be a great pro. I didn't know he going to be that good of a pro, but that kind of set the tone for me in my thoughts of what I saw. And like I said, if you haven't played against Mike, you have no clue. You have no clue how good he is.
I think it was because the game I had previously
So we are in Chicago. Michael walks into our locker room in suit and tie, and I'm like, what this son of a gun coming to our locker room for? I'm thinking he going to the training room or something. And he walks by me, he walks by Kevin Willis, he get to Randy with me, taps him on his leg, he said, lace him up, it's gonna be a long night.
Damn.
And I'm shocked. You know, I didn't know what to say. So he's walking out, and like again, I didn't know what to say, and I just yelled something. I said, well, you tell that son of a Scottie Pippen, I'm gonna kick his ass. You know, I didn't know what to say. You know, he had 60 that night.
60.
Right. He actually dropped 61.
Came into their locker room and said, y'all gonna get it the whole night and drop 60? MJ too disrespectful, bro.
Points that night. I
Yeah, 60. Well, anyway, it was over 60 when he got that night. But man, and I think we ended up winning that game, I believe. Anyway, he had 60 that night, but it was a heck of a game. Oh, he competes at everything. I don't care what it is. I mean, it could be on the golf course, anywhere. You know, drinking a glass of water, it don't matter. Who could drink it the fastest? He's gonna bet on it. He's so competitive that way. But that's what makes him so great, because his willingness to not accept losing. Yeah. And there's only very few in this game to ever do that.
And I'm gonna be honest. That's the reason why MJ is the greatest of all time. He just don't accept losing. You know what I'm saying? No excuses. You know, when it's crunch time, last 2 minutes of the game, he know it's his time to raise his level of play. He know his team is counting on him. And I like how confident he is. I like the swagger. You know what I'm saying? The aura, everything about MJ, bro. He was competitive as hell and always down for a challenge, bro. Always down for a challenge. Never backed down, never folded, never disappeared. He was always reliable.
Yeah, MJ,
sure.
When it was me, Dennis, and James Edwards, Ron Harper on that team. And, you know, Ron Harper used to give Michael the numbers. Well, then people don't know that. When he was healthy, he was.
Harper was a problem.
He was.
He used to talk about it in the Laker locker room.
Harper was like that?
He was a problem when he was healthy.
He was. And
before the injury, okay.
MJ, we're in a practice, and Phil says, tell him to go home, and he didn't know why, and he waited. And he was like, all right, we're playing for minutes, scrimmage for minutes. And MJ came in, nah, you ain't putting me out. And he had on regular tennis shoes. They looked like Vans, but they were Nike. And he had his sweats cut and rolled at the bottom. You know, he thought he was fly. He wasn't. But, you know, you don't say nothing to the Messiah. And he was like, yeah, put all the Pistons on that team, would Harp, and put Randy Brown over there. And Harp was pissed because Randy Brown, Black Randy Brown was, and we're playing. And all of a sudden, I'm running back, and MJ gets a steal. And I go, and he's about to do the right-hand jump. I said, oh, I know exactly what dunk you're going to try. I'm getting this. I don't care. And I drop step and turn around about to jump. And as I'm about to jump, his midsection is moving past my face. And you know, you try to bring yourself down. He was like, block this, bitch.
Damn. Nuts in your face and all? Oh my God, he had the nuts in his face.
I'm staying in the hotel behind the facility.
And he called on the B word.
So I would jump the fence. And I go home and call my mother. She's like, how is it? I said, Ma, I just saw the greatest player of all time. She said, it took you that long to admit it. I go, yeah, it took me this long to admit it. But I just saw him play in tennis shoes, no tape.
Oh, I forgot. In tennis shoes. Not real hoop shoes, bro. He said in Vans. Oh, hell no, bro. MJ a different breed.
No knee brace. No wristband. Sweatpants on, t-shirt, and a practice jersey. And thought he was in the finals against us. Wow. Like he literally thought he was reliving the 80s. And I was like, yeah, this dude is on next level.
I don't know. I have very long fingers. I can sense a good shot and a bad shot. If it comes off these 3 fingers, I feel good about the shot. If it comes off these 2, then my mechanics got screwed up.
Never thought about it like that. This man got mad
my first time. I talked about it in my Hall of Fame speech, and I wasn't lying at all, man. He didn't look real to me. You know, you want to be fast like Isaiah, and you want to shoot like Bird, you know, rebound like Barkley, pass like Magic, be dominant like Shaq. Yeah, man, I wanted to be like Mike. You know what I mean?
One of the greatest ball handlers of all time. That was Iverson. I wanted to be like Mike. Everybody wanted to be like Mike. He got orange aura. Beat.
Yeah, tell us about when you and Garnett served Michael Jordan.
Okay. Onyx, okay. I see him. Your man prepped
something happened.
Your man
here,
prepped him.
Something
Okay.
going on.
So you and KG served Mike?
I would get my 20s, 24s, 25s, 29 on Mike. Mike don't get his 30, 32, 35. You make him mad 40. He never got 40 on me, but he did get 35.
Yeah.
You know, I try to keep him down to 25, 26, his average. Anything over that,
okay.
You know, right? So what happened was, we're in Chicago, and I had played against Mike 3 times head up. So KG had never seen me play against Mike.
Yeah.
So we're in the game, and I got about 24 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Mike got about 18, 19.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm quiet. I always stay quiet when I play Mike. I didn't talk too much. I mean, if he talked to me, I was going to talk back, but he never talked crazy to me. We just played. But I never talked crazy to him at all, right?
Yeah. You knew better.
So we come out of the fourth quarter, KG like, man, keep going at his ass.
Just, I'm on, y'all. I can't even explain it. I was just
KG,
like,
why you barking?
Killing that nigga, yo. Killing that nigga. Boning him, yo. Straight up. You have a good game, Joe. Keep going. But it was on some, like, just fly by. Like, he was like, yeah, you too. So as I'm walking off,
I was quiet. I'm looking at him like, chill. Because Mike was literally right there.
And
Him
KG
Scott.
was hype. Like,
and he's super hype.
Yes.
You know,
Let
I'm
him
super
hear
hype,
it.
so
He
we
wanted to
vibe,
hear
right?
it.
But I'm like, chill. He's like, man, he looked at me like, man, he can't guard you. Keep going at him. I'm like, chill. He's like, what?
He talking
I was
crazy.
Like, he's standing right here, buddy. And you know, and KG was like, I don't care. Keep going at him. Too strong for this dude, man. Too strong for him. I was like, wow. So Mike looked at KG, looked at me, looked at KG. I was like, Mike, he don't know the rules of the game, man. He's just a young puppy. You know what I mean?
well, I hear JR go, yo, all right, yo, fella, keep going, yo, you too. So he's trying to get me off and over. I don't even, you know, now that I recall it, he was trying to kind of just get off and over. So he go, so I double back, go, and get ready to say something. So he go, hey, look, Mike, he don't really know how I see him and Mike having a conversation. He's like, he don't really know, he excited, whatever. So now MJ on the back leg joint, you know. When he's
leaning on you. Ooh, he took it personal.
Okay, yeah.
He took it personal.
Oh yeah, huh? Nigga right here. Mike can hear me. But I don't really give a fuck. So I'm like, so I double back like, yeah, man, keep killing that nigga, yo. You killing that motherfucker. So as I say that, I feel it. Hands on hips, legs locked. Then look, nigga stabbed me for about 15 seconds.
Damn. Turn that switch on.
You feel it? So I start to feel it. There's 2 ways you can go in this. I can walk this off out like I don't even feel it and play it off and dummy out. Fuck that. Now I'm in here, I got turn this motherfucker on. So I'm on.
Okay, you talking? You know what I mean? I said, he don't know the rules of the game. Yeah. And Mike looked at him being like, okay. Looked at me like, okay. I said, what you looking at me like that for, right? Went to the fourth quarter, man. That man got about 17 quick. Mad. Looking at KG, looking at me, looking at KG. Motivated. I said, look, I gotta guard that man. Not you. You know what I mean? Mind you, KG was having a great game.
Why is you talking to him anyways, KG? You wouldn't even guard him. I'd be mad as hell if I was homie, bro. I'd be like, bro, chill, bro. I gotta guard this nigga, bro. Be quiet, bro, before you get this man mad. And he cooking me, bro. Like, you not guarding him, bro. Keep it, you know what I'm saying? What's up with you?
Come on, Scotty. We both, I mean, KG had about 30. I had about 28.
Yeah.
I mean, we was getting it. It's amazing. But KG didn't understand that we don't talk to Mike like that.
Damn, though.
I can't even really describe the
He
next
learned his
like
lesson
6
though
to
after
7
that.
minutes of play, y'all. In this next 6 to 7 minutes of play, y'all, we get 2, not 1, 2 10-second calls. You know, when you bring the ball up, you gotta
get
get
across
half
half
court.
court.
2
They was
10-second
pressing
calls.
him? Full
We
court
down
press?
25 now. It was just at 2.
Damn.
Mike had 18.
Walked him
He at
down?
40 now. JR, myself, we ain't scored in like about 4 minutes. And I subbed like 3 of the starters. Like, it's just
Got
finally
spooky.
Flip. It got bad quick, y'all. I come to the joint, and they know this. When you come and you've been on the run, when you not got back on the floor, got back, had to rebound, and you feel like you on defense all the time, you come to the bench like this. So I was like, JR, man, my bad, my bad, dog. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. He like, hey, it's cool, man. I told you, just shut your ass up, man. You're not fucking. So you got in between the Gatorade there where you like, damn, and next thing you know, we over there like this.
Hey.
Mike
he ain't
came
talk
down.
trash
Okay,
to
young
Jordan
fella, okay,
ever
okay,
again.
damn, young fella, damn, y'all done? Damn, young fella.
Damn.
Never talk shit to Mike ever again in your life.
That's what I tell people. The very first time I met him, I was like,
Damn. Levitate? Oh my God.
and I'm looking at him. He's like, man, this dude a weirdo. I said,
You ain't say nothing?
I did. I said, hey, I'm Shannon Sharp. He said, I know who you are. He said, I met your mom in the casino.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I know you and your brother. Y'all some bad boys.
Yeah.
I'm just.
You was in awe, huh? Yeah. That's motherfucker Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Now, I worked out. I met Denzel. His son, John David, used to train with my trainer when he was in Morehouse. He doesn't.
Right.
I know that's Michael Jordan. I'm looking at him. That's a man.
Right.
But Ocho, there's something about, man, he levitates.
Damn.
And anybody that's ever met him, from Shaq to everybody, say the exact same thing. It doesn't seem real.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. If celebrities saying this, imagine if we saw MJ in real life. Imagine if I ever see MJ, bro. I gotta flick it up with MJ, though. I gotta, you know what I'm saying, hit one of these right here. I got to, bro. I gotta flick it up with MJ, bro. That'd be crazy. You know how rare that would be, bro? To just accidentally bump into the greatest basketball player of all time. Imagine. That'd be crazy as hell, bro. Maybe some of these stories that these celebrities are saying actually feel that way. That would be crazy as hell, bro. If any one of us just ran into MJ. Damn.
Has done more spectacular things than any basketball player I've ever seen.
The logo.
Is some of the stuff he could do. He was the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah.
He was
Yes,
playing.
absolutely.
He was the best
Underrated.
offensive player.
Right.
We don't talk about
And
that.
his athleticism, he was in Carolina and they were running, I forget, 100 or 40-yard dice. And he ran some spectacular number. And the late Dean Smith, who was a really good friend of mine, and also Roy Williams, who just retired at North Carolina, we were all close. And they were talking about him, I think it was running 100 or something like that. He ran at some spectacular time.
Wow.
And one of the coaches said something to him differently. And he said, oh, I can do better than that.
Wow.
He went out 0.2 of a second faster.
Wow.
And like
Challenge
vertical
himself.
jump means a lot, but it means a lot to the ones who have skill.
Right.
Some guys jump quickly, some guys have to wind up.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was like
a cat.
There's a one play that particular that's really interesting to me. They were playing against the New York Knicks. He caught the ball on the baseline, and he started this way, and he turned around, and he dunks it over, in such a little short area. I mean, this area, he was only jumping this way. Some guys need a little bit more room.
Right.
Yeah. He dunked this ball over him. I said, oh my God. And I watched him play in college. I watched him play when he was trying out for the Olympic team. And I was there for 3 days. When just watch him there. Right. Terrell, I know you have some unbelievable athletes in the NFL. And to take the battering they take and they have that extra gear. This guy
must someday beat the master to become the master. And I won a lot of bets when I asked people who's the last guy to beat Michael Jordan in the playoff situation.
That a boy.
Yes, so.
That a boy.
But he's the greatest.
Hey, Mike, one time we
That's
played
crazy.
Michael Shannon. He's like, yeah, after the game, man, I got the Ferrari. I said, oh, I can't wait to see it. He goes, yeah, he just got out his deal with Chevrolet so he can drive the Ferrari now in town. And we beat him, and I'm like, he vroom, vroom. What happened? Man, I ain't hanging out with you. You know, so I always looked at it that I was going to work, and after, you know, I didn't live and die. I didn't live with it.
Damn, bro.
But I love Chicago. It was one of my favorite. It was my favorite parts of my career.
Who's the hardest to defend?
Oh, he did play in. He played with MJ too.
Mike and Kobe.
You was in college when Mike was in college. Did you see that? Did you see Michael Jordan, the Mike Jordan in college, becoming the Michael, the MJ, the era, the logo? Did you see him becoming that in the NBA?
No. And I had a guy I grew up with in Kenny Smith.
Right.
Played on that North Carolina team. We played him in Madison Square Garden. And they talking about Michael Jordan, he's special and he's this. And we played him. I mean, he was very good.
Right.
He was very, very good.
Right.
But if you ask me that I think that guy would wind up being
that
guy, no, and who could?
Right.
But my goodness, he's a different animal. He is an absolute different animal, and a guy that, and you look at on another note, you look at all the greats, whether it be singing, acting, you know, boxing, basketball, football, whatever. I think we sometimes take people like that for granted. And we don't show them the love that they deserve until they take their last breath, they close their last eye. And we should acknowledge just exactly what he's meant and put us all in position to be successful as basketball players, as human beings, and should be celebrated more.
Facts. And I think the younger generation don't celebrate MJ as much as they need to. And this is why I started this channel right here, bro, because I've been misled this whole time as a basketball fan. I feel like every generation respect him except for the younger generation, simply because we didn't see Jordan growing up. Gotta get this man his flowers. I'm talking about dominated the game of basketball for a very long time, made it global, took over the shoe game industry, took over the NBA, and had all his opponents scared and nervous to guard him simply because they don't want to get embarrassed. That's crazy as hell. And he was a competitive ass player too. He never backed down from those high intense situations. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you know who getting the ball, Jordan. 10 seconds left, tie game, you know who's shooting the last shot, Jordan. You feel what I'm saying, man? Jordan just always wanted those moments, never shied away from those moments. Most of the time he delivered, bro. Jordan was a killer.
Walk me through the trash talking episode between you and Michael Jordan. It looked very intense, and I'm about to shut up.
Well, you know what? During the time when I was in the NBA, he was the man. You know what I'm saying? So my mentality was always to take the tougher guy. Even growing up in the streets of Oakland, when I go to neighborhoods, I want to play the best player because I'm going to talk the most trash. So Michael was always a pleasure for me to guard. You know, everybody say, was he the toughest? No, I don't think he was the toughest. He was the funnest for me to guard because what I was trying to do is I was trying to prove to them people that I can D somebody up great as a great scorer and then go back at him because a lot of people are scared of it.
Right.
And when you're scared of somebody, it's never going to work. So when you make somebody understand that you're not scared of them and they're a premier player and you go back at them, it's going to put them on their toes to say, okay, this dude ain't scared.
Right.
He's got offensive skills too, and he go back. And he ran his mouth a lot, like I did.
Right.
And I wasn't backing down, and he wasn't backing down, and that's why it was so fun. It was competitive. And we could say anything to each other during that time. We can talk about anybody's parents, anything, and wouldn't take it personal.
Mike talk head?
Yeah, he did.
All right. As far as just the overall game of basketball, I know you're not a big NBA fan, but LeBron James, is he the best guy you've ever seen?
No. The best guy that ever played the game is Michael Jordan. Don't even think about anybody else.
Not even close?
Not even close.
Why is that?
Because he was just better than anybody. He was smarter. He was tougher. He won more.
One more.
Although there are two things about when you talk about players. You talk about the best player and you talk about the most valuable player. Without any thought that the best player was Michael Jordan. The most valuable player was Bill Russell, because nobody in any sport won what Bill Russell did with the Celtics. And the smartest man in basketball ever was Red Auerbach, because he was able to do things that other people would never have thought of. We mentioned three people here, and you asked me about what I got out of basketball. Well, first of all, having Michael play on our Olympic team was great, and I thoroughly enjoyed having the opportunity to work with him on a team. And then the same thing would be true in a lot of other circumstances with coaches or people or whomever. And I feel the same way about Bill Russell, what he did for basketball. And as I said, I got to know Red Auerbach and became very close to Red. So basketball has been very, very big for me in terms of allowing me to do things that I like to do, and what I got out of it, and the people that I met from it are like treasures that you very seldom run across.
What is it about Michael Jordan that stood out to you as different?
You're a killer.
I think it's the combination of everything. The unquestioned excellence, the objective greatness, but then the fact that he was so beautiful to watch. Magnetism and presence and star power. Michael Jordan had that to an 11 on a 10 scale. And even though people will mutter forever about Jerry Krause breaking up this team, I think it actually enhances Jordan's mystique and legend, because we never saw him lose. The Wizards don't count. That's less than a footnote. He walks away on top. If he had come back, eventually they would have lost at some point. And the last image would have been him walking off the court in defeat. Now the last image is the greatest closing act in the history of American sports, at least the sports that I have followed. Ted Williams hit a home run in his last time at bat, but it wasn't in the World Series, wasn't even on national television. 10,000 people on a dark, dank day at Fenway Park. Everybody saw this. This is still the highest rated game in NBA history. Wow. I don't know what more you could ask of somebody.
That was a big moment.
It's not all good memories.
Going back to that moment right there, bro. That last shot right here, bro. Look at this, bro. Like, that's how you know he's the greatest of all time, bro. What player would want to take that shot? A dog, right? Most players would shy away in that moment. They would be scared to shoot the rock. Might cough up the ball, get nervous and pass it up and throw a turnover. MJ wanted that moment. He embraced that moment, man. He got the ball, man. Went right, slight push off. Cash, bro. In the finals game. Who you know doing that? Come on, dog. MJ a legend, bro. He a GOAT, bro. Come on, dog.
If he had come back, eventually they would have lost at some point. And the last image would have been him walking off the court in defeat. Now the last image is the greatest closing act in the history of American sports, at least the sports that I have followed. Ted Williams hit a home run in his last time at bat, but it wasn't in the World Series, wasn't even on national television. 10,000 people on a dark, dank day at Fenway Park. Everybody saw this. This is still the highest rated game in NBA history.
Legendary game.
I don't know what more you could ask of somebody.
Well, it's not all good memories, that's for sure. Losing to Michael, especially in '93, was pretty tough to take. I had a rough few nights of sleep after that Paxson shot. But, playing against Michael was also a dream come true. He was the greatest player of all time, in my opinion. And it was a joy playing against him. And even back then, it was something you really wanted to look forward to because you knew you were getting the best every night. You know, he obviously became such a great player, and I played against him in the finals later in the 90s after that 63-point game in 86. I think we played him again in 87 and beat him again with the Celtics team, but he certainly became a better player, and he certainly, you know, had a better team around him. But you could tell in 1986 that he was going to be an unbelievable player, the best player in the league potentially going forward. So I don't think that that surprised anybody, but it's just amazing how Michael just became who he was, not just as a player, but an endorser, carrying the league on his back, with great players still in the game. Bird still playing and Magic still playing. I mean, everybody was looking toward Michael, and he was the most popular player in the world, most popular person in the world. And it was fun. I got to know Michael off the court and playing golf with him. That was always a blast because, you know, it's always fun playing golf with rich guys who think they're unbeatable.
I had the fortune to play against Michael Jordan in his last All-Star game when he was a Wizard. And Mariah Carey sang and all these different things. She was wearing a Wizard's dress and everything like that. But I got a chance to spend time with Michael Jordan, and we played one-on-one. You know how you're before the layup line and different things like that. Yeah. And I always knew Michael Jordan was great, but when I chatted with him and he was able to break down my game analytically, Jamal, you like to go left 80% of the time, pull up with the right hand and different things like that. But then he gave me a solution. Go right 2 or 3 times in the game, and then gave me a story. He said, Dr. J and Larry Bird passed something down to me to play the game within the game. And I said, well, what are you referencing? He was like, well, in the game sometimes, I'm not just going to score, it's how I'm going to score. So Jamal, if you go right 2 or 3 times in the game and you make a pull-up jump shot or right hand layup or whatever it is, you're balancing out your game, you're keeping the defense off balance. And this man went through every All-Star and chatted about what their strength and weaknesses off the top of his head. And I sat there and I was like, I thought I knew a lot about basketball, but he's on a different level.
Damn, so he was a student.
From how he looks at it,
every
scouts
player.
it, observes it, implements it. Damn. And that, I want to say probably 6 or 7 games after the All-Star break, I implemented that, scored 50 on the Memphis Grizzlies. Wow. Just by turning the other way. And he was like, when we saw him again playing the Wizards, and I think he had 40 or something, and I had 39. And he was like, damn, I gave you some stuff to think about, and you implemented it. I was like, yeah, I really appreciate it. But just his insight and knowledge of the game. I see LeBron in that same regard, of being able to pass along information and being a student of it, but also being able to communicate it and teach it to others, just not preach it, if that makes sense. So Michael Jordan to me is always going to be one of my favorites.
LeBron era isn't over yet. So let me ask you this. How does he compare to your former teammate, Michael Jordan?
Let's see. That's been a big debate for a while now.
No question.
I just think that if you look at Michael, the body of work he's done over the years, you look at LeBron, the body of work he's done over the years. How many years? 17 now, going to 18? Michael is the greatest player ever. You know, Michael's been injured one time. He never asked to sit out. He never asked for anything, but only he asked for respect and money. And people don't realize when Michael Jordan was playing, I think the first 8-9 years, he was barely making $3 million.
Damn.
Compared to these guys making $40 million.
That's a steal.
No one even knew that. And then when he asked for like, you know, $30 million for Chicago for the first championship, I mean the fourth championship, he got that. 35 the second year. I guess another 35. I think he wanted 50 in the next year. We were gonna go for 4, but a lot of things went on. But as far as LeBron and Michael, if Michael played in this era, he'll average 50.
I agree.
He'll average 50 points. 50. LeBron's a great talent, no doubt. He's probably one of the top 3 players ever played with Kobe, Magic, Kareem. But Michael's right there.
I don't know why you guys discussed the GOAT.
So when you start going off on Michael,
Definitely MJ.
does he say anything?
We actually, that game, and I'd forgotten about it. Somebody showed a video of it not long ago because it was like 20 years, I guess, after the fact, and it showed. You know, you couldn't let Michael dunk it. It was sort of a rule. If he dunked it, crowd's going to get into it. His teammates get into it.
Wait, so that was team-wide that everybody knew.
You
If Mike
can't
goes
let
up, you foul him.
Yeah, you got to foul him. But, you know, preferably before he gets off the ground, you know, not to hurt him. And
Yeah, facts. Because if you let Michael Jordan dunk it, and you know he going to do something freaky in the air. He going to do something creative, and then it's going to get the crowd going, you know, get his teammates going. And, you know, they going to have all the momentum in the world. And just that play alone, man, it's going to have them in sync on defense. And then offense, just keep giving it back to MJ. For real, bro. So don't even let him dunk the ball. That would probably be my rule if I was the coach. Don't even let him dunk the ball. Try to foul him before he get off the ground. We want him to shoot too. We do not want him to dunk the ball. Because if he do, his team going to have the momentum. And we know how Jordan can get.
he made a move baseline, and I was a help defender running through the lane with my back, and I turned and saw him coming. And, you know, I sort of launched into him just to get him before he got off the ground. And I don't think we had the same agent forever. Michael called me to go to Carolina in 1984.
Oh, he recruited you?
Yeah. So I'd known him forever, but I think he didn't see who got him. He did, and he turned around to say something, and we kind of got nose to nose. There was no anything really said worth anything. I think I said something like, "No, I can't just let you dunk it." And so, but it looked like we're, yeah. And so everybody's like, "You were talking so much noise to Jordan." I was like, "No, I was not doing that." Michael and Scotty and Dennis and those guys came down to South Beach the night before, and we're like, "It's a night off." But as Jimmy Lynam always used to say to us, you let a guy get going in this league, and you got a problem. And I got it going one night, and we got lucky. Played him a few weeks later at home, and again, Michael and I are buddies. We same agent. Ball goes up, and we're around the jump circle, and bang, right to my chest. Right to my chest. And I went, all right, great. You know, let's do it. I mean, that's the mindset you have to have. But right then and there, I knew I was not having 39 again. I think I went 4 for 14 for 14 points or something. Yeah.
To this day, until I saw what was the what's called Last Dance, I did not know. Nick Anderson said he wasn't the thing. 45 is not 23. Oh Lord, I would have said, man, y'all, you don't shut the fuck up. What is you doing? You don't get this man no feel. What is you doing? So when I saw that, I was like, oh my God. I said, so game
All that
2.
time you never knew that?
Never knew it.
Damn,
never
that's
knew
crazy.
it. I was newcomer still.
Yeah.
So game 2, never forget. I say, I was always a Michael Jordan fan. Game 2, he comes out, keeps his top on, got his pants off, shorts on, and then they do the announcement.
Took that shit out, had that 23 on.
They did the announcement. He said, man, number 45, Michael Jordan. Yeah, the crowd go crazy. You know, we at home, but it sounded like we in Chicago because of him. So he kept his top on. Boy, both teams broke out of the huddles. Coming to the court, that Butler took out that damn thing. I saw 2-3. I said, oh, Lord, we in trouble. Superman's in the building, back, cat, whatever you want to call him, Jesus. We in trouble tonight.
Damn,
so they ended up winning game. They won game 2.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, Lord. I saw that 2-3. I was like, ooh.
Like time out this. Oh, shit.
I don't know. I just know I was excited. I don't know what they were saying.
I'm ready to watch this shit.
Because I was sitting there like, I ain't got to guard him. Like, y'all got to guard him. Good luck.
Damn.
Remember Bernie Mac saying, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good luck. Good luck. So they end up beating us.
Yeah.
So the rest of the time, this was the crazy part. Every time he wore that number, they got fined $200,000.
Yeah.
And he was making that every time he played. Anyway, ching ching, that jump man was making that money anyway. He got that. So we beat him in, I think, game 3, or they beat us I'm not for sure, but we ended up winning 4-2 on that court. Man, they played us that was Shaq's last time in Orlando. They played us, they swept us. But I never forget this, and you can go back and look at the stat sheet. And they were just, they was fucking with Horace Grant. Horace couldn't do nothing, put his head down and just laugh. It was on the free throw line right in front of us. Jordan, Scotty was talking shit. Boy, Jordan had 2 free throws at the end of the game. He hit the first one and missed the second one on purpose. And we was like, what the fuck you doing, you know? Somebody said, look at the scoreboard. He left 45 on the scoreboard. You know Jordan petty.
But the thing that I always remembered from him, and that he always encouraged me, and I'm sure others, is to never, ever lose your confidence. He had just an awful game versus the Washington Bullets. And I think he missed like 18, 19 shots in a row. I was just so impressed with his confidence, Jimmy, that he didn't hesitate. When the Jimmy,
if shot came around, he was
and Jimmy, you know how it is. You miss 5 in a row. You like, man, I gotta get to the free throw line. I gotta take a good shot.
Right.
Okay, the confidence that this man had, Jimmy, was beyond. Okay, and you know how it is, Jimmy. You try to maintain whether, you had a good game, bad game, whatever. But this particular game, after the game, he wasn't happy at all. And he was, normally he's bubbly, he's playing cards, he's this, whatever. He's being MJ. But this night, he was just sitting in the back. So I thought, hey, let me just go check on this guy. And I just said, hey, man, how you doing? You all right? You good? Just checking on you. He was in the back. Everybody else is, whatever, doing what they do. And he was like, yeah, I'm good. And I remember he told me, he said, whatever that kid did in the first game, I'm going to have that in the first half. The confidence to say that, Jimmy, was like, man, I just watched you miss 19 shots in a row. Like, you can't coach that. You can't duplicate that. Either you have that or not. It's one thing to talk of it, but it's another thing to go out there every night and do it, because you're playing against the very best players in the world.
Facts. And MJ had that mental toughness, bro. I think that's why he's the greatest player of all time, his mental toughness. Whenever he faced adversity or whenever he was in a important situation, he never shied away from it. He always thought positive and kept hooping. Most players, if they miss 17, 18, 19 shots in a row, they're going to start being passive. They're going to start overthinking their shot selections, or their emotions might take over. But MJ, one thing that separated him from everybody was his mental toughness. Mental toughness. Plus, he was already a student of the game, didn't really have no flaws, was always working, always improving, and having all of those things, man, you can't lose, bro. You cannot lose.
I was so impressed with the 20th shot when he finally made a shot. Because I remember what he said. He was like, okay, B, I'm good now. I was looking around like this, like, what game did he say? Like, man, you just missed the last 19 shots. And he was like, okay, I got it now.
Video right here, man. Michael Jordan stories told by NBA players, man. This is a great video right here, man. Salute to Michael Jordan, man, the greatest to ever do it. These were some great stories right here, man. A lot of the OGs was telling some funny stories, man. Don't y'all like it when OGs tell stories? They make it so funny. They just some good storytellers. This is the greatest player of all time. As you can see, everybody in this video feels the same way about Michael Jordan. They talk about how competitive he is. They talk about how great of a basketball player he is. And the only way your peers can talk about you like that is if you actually putting in the work. And And as you can see on the court, MJ's work spoke for itself, bro. You feel what I'm saying, bro? He was the best player on the court every time he stepped on the court. Nobody wanted to talk trash to him. He always loved the challenge and loved to win, man. He a dog, man. This is the greatest hooper of all time, man. Salute to MJ. Those are some great stories. My favorite one in this compilation right here, I'll probably have to say that KG one. That was a funny story right there. OG had me weak, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, if y'all like this video right here, man, tap in, like the video, comment down below any videos y'all want Young Groovy to react to next, and last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you new. Young Groovy signing out. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next vid.